So, my top 4, I'll go in reverse order. 4th place, Tottenham Hotspur. 3rd place, Aston Villa. 2nd place, Liverpool. And 1st place, Manchester City. Now, I don't think Liverpool will win the league purely because Salah isn't there for the next month and a half. And I feel like Man City will then overtake them and do what Man City do, and Liverpool won't be able to catch up.
Could you just repeat that 1 minute for me? Sorry.
Spurs 4th, Villa 3rd, Liverpool 2nd, Man City 1st.
So Arsenal not in the top 4?
No. I feel like it's more hope than anything else, but I feel like Gibby said it earlier. I think Arsenal's results have shrouded their performances somewhat in a lot of their games. Like, they've been very dominant, but they haven't been able to break teams down, and they're relying on last-minute winners a lot of the time. And I think
which you only want to happen towards the end of the season. Like, that shouldn't be happening in the first few months. Like, desperation.
Yeah. And I think unless they do some decent business and get maybe a striker or more of a target.
Well, I'll give you said FFP's holding them back, so.
Yeah, but maybe if they can find someone maybe a bit more older experience, get a target man rather than like Jesus who's a false nine and doesn't actually fucking hell Hulk. Rather someone that gives a different option than Jesus, because I don't think Jesus is doing what Arsenal need him to do. They need a different
he's not
option because you haven't got anyone to whip crosses into, because who's in the box for you? Unless you go crazy and start putting Gabriel or Saliba up top for the last 10 minutes of games. So that's my top 4. I think City will go on another run. They've still got De Bruyne's now almost back in the team. Haaland will be back soon. And they're finally... I think no one punished them enough while they were away. Liverpool and Arsenal had the chance to move... What was it? I think the ability to go 12 points clear from either of those teams was there. And they
Liverpool did all right with it. Yeah.
Did they? If City win their game in hand, they're 2 points behind.
Yeah, but when did they drop points? They dropped points against Arsenal, but I don't think they dropped any other points.
Villa, was that Villa?
No, they were already behind anyway, Liverpool, weren't they?
They caught up. I think they did all right.
It might have been Arsenal that had the bigger
opportunity. It's Arsenal that's dropped the ball a bit. But
Liverpool,
drew against Arsenal at Anfield, so they might. That's where they dropped points.
And United, they drew against United as well at home. Liverpool.
Yeah, that was a big one.
I've got some breaking news. Yeah. I've got some breaking news.
Your hand.
I have just been paid, so Sam, I'll have some money over to you after this podcast.
Excellent. We'll do a little theme tune for that. Or...
I don't have one. That's my reasoning. Move on to someone who isn't invested in it, maybe Ashley.
Okay.
Billy's invested.
Yeah, is he? Yeah, that's a good.
I reckon so.
Mate, come on.
Is he dreaming about the top 4?
Absolutely not, no.
I'm sorry to say, Billy, I haven't got West Ham in the picture. I didn't even consider them.
Forgive them.
If they finish 6th, that's a brilliant season still. So I'm going to put Villa in 4th, 3rd Arsenal, 2nd Liverpool, and unfortunately, it's going to fizzle out the title race, and Man City will walk away with it.
Excellent.
Yeah,
fair enough. So pretty much as it is, just top 3 switching around slightly.
Yeah, I think Man City don't play a team in the top 8 now for 2 months. So, like Sam said earlier, this is when they're going to
Liverpool. Yeah,
they don't lose any players to AFCON or Asian Cup. Which is a shame, because as someone who's not invested in it, I'd rather they kept dropping points and it became an exciting title race. And like Sam said a few podcasts ago, it is better to win and like a really tight title race in a way than storm it. But I don't see Liverpool be interested. They're the only ones that could do it. Arsenal, not convinced yet. But Villa, I think, have got enough to keep them in the top 4, I think. Providing they keep most...
Yeah.
They have stage free. I think they have. But they looked a bit tired of the past couple of games. So maybe if they have a bit of... Like, they've got the FA Cup to have a break, and then they've got this little winter break sort of thing in the Premiership where they're only playing a few games each weekend. So Villa, if they recover, they'll be all right for top 4, I reckon.
But you didn't put in the top 4.
I did.
He did.
He did.
He put him third.
Pay attention.
I thought you meant Spurs,
Put fourth.
Arsenal,
You
Liverpool,
paid-
City.
No, I put
Okay,
Villa.
no,
and
no.
you put Spurs out. You put Spurs out. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it'd be interesting if Billy goes next, and then we leave Chris and Sam for the last two, the two people who are probably more in the title race than everyone else. So,
Well, we were.
Bill, what do you reckon?
Because I want to be different, and I'm not going to lie, I've been getting tanked on red wine throughout the majority of this podcast. I am going to go for a top 5, and I'm going to go Villa. I'm going to go Villa fifth.
You can't do that.
But I can do what the fuck I want. There is no written rules. God, why is everyone against me?
Let the man cook.
I'm going to go Villa 5th. I'm going to go Arsenal 4th. I'm going to go Tottenham 3rd. Liverpool City.
Interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
You think Villa will drop off quite a lot then?
Yeah, I mean, after watching them against Sheffield United, I genuinely saw a bit of a fucking struggle there, to be honest with you. So, I mean, it shows that they are very much beatable. They are not, obviously, they didn't lose, but if they're not beating Sheffield United, it's a fucking loss. So, I'm confident that they're going to have a hard run of games coming.
Yeah, that's fair. Chris, go on then.
I've got Spurs in 4th, Arsenal 3rd, Liverpool, then City.
Oh,
so the reasoning for Villa falling out, I think that the Europa Conference games will get a little bit tougher. So the team will be a bit more thinly spread, and I think Spurs have got a lot more to give in the second half of the season. So you've got a lot of players coming back. So I think that if they do come back, if Maddison does come back sooner rather than later, then that's your fourth spot. Plus, you're not playing in Europe, so all you're focusing on is Prem.
Yeah.
So you should be plain sailing with no more injuries.
Hopefully. But
I would like Villa to be top 4. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. In keeping, really, I'm going to channel a little bit of what Billy said. I've got a top 4.5. I think Tottenham and Arsenal will finish 4th and 5th. But I don't know in which. I ummed and ahed between which order, and I've settled on Tottenham finishing in 5th and Arsenal finishing 4th. And then I do think Aston Villa will finish. I've got the same top 2 as everyone else. I think Liverpool finish 2nd and City 1st. I do think, as I mentioned earlier, I think Villa have got the depth to maintain that where they are. My only worry is that the big games, the 2 big games that they won against City and Arsenal, both at their place, it'd be interesting to see what they do when they come to ours. But I don't think they're that badly hindered by the 2 international cups, are they?
No,
unless I'm forgetting anything.
Not really.
So Villa 3rd. I think Liverpool will still strong enough to finish 2nd, even without Salah. Like Chris mentioned earlier, they've got about 90 forwards, so someone can replace him. And Endo, if he's out, Gravenberch doesn't really start, so he'll come in. And then as for City, we haven't really got we've got Chelsea at home before Liverpool away, but our next big game, if you look at them and assume we'll do it on this run, our next big game is Anfield, which is the 9th of March. So by that time, hopefully we've got off, a few more points in the bag, and we boringly ride it out. But we'll see.
Nice. So I think we're all pretty conclusive on City winning the league still at the moment, which is crazy.
Yeah, that seems.
They're 3rd. That's all. Actually, everyone had City top, Liverpool 2nd, didn't they?
Yeah. They're the 2 strongest teams in the league.
Everyone.
Yeah. Unanimous.
Interesting.
It's Friday, it's